Since the hostage crisis in 1979, Iran and the United States have been political enemies. But on one magical day at the 1998 FIFA World Cup, soccer brought these two nations together, showing what the power of sport can do even at times of tension. In this episode of Rise as One, called Breaking Barriers, we spent time in California with the two coaches from that match, Steve Sampson and Jalal Talebi, who recounted their memories from that memorable summer day in France.
The game of soccer isn't supposed to have anything to do with politics. It's supposed to be an escape from problems like international conflict. But not so long ago, on the biggest stage that soccer has to offer, the United States and Iran met amid a backdrop of antagonism and tension, thanks to the long history of poor relations between the countries that had begun with the Iran hostage crisis in 1979 and only deteriorated in the years since. 6 months before the 1998 World Cup, the matchup draw for the tournament was held at Stade Velodrome in Marseille, France.
Dans le groupe F avec le numéro 4.
Germany, Iran, and Yugoslavia come up in our group. That was daunting.
Both teams had come to the World Cup knowing how strong the scrutiny would be on their performance. But this, they were discovering, would be a case in which the political significance of the meeting ratcheted up everything even further.
Sport is not separate from the politics. I believe always they are together. Forget about the television, the media, think about the game and what we are going to do.
On June 21st, 1998, the United States and Iran met in a match that would eliminate one of them from the FIFA World Cup. And the tension of both the stakes and the history between the team's countries seemed to have only grown under the spotlight. As the teams arrived at the stadium, it was clear this would be like no other match in the tournament. But if the anticipation for kickoff was engulfed by a fear that soccer might be overtaken by politics, in fact, it was the reverse that was the case. The players would not be lining up to shake hands across from one another as per tradition. But that gave the Iranians and their coach an opportunity to make a gesture that would not soon be forgotten.
The two teams are posing together and show their commitment to fair play.
The Iranians presented the Americans with a bouquet of white flowers. And in a game that pits one side against another, their display of sportsmanship, class, and competition showed how much they had in common, how much the game bonded them together, how great the opportunity was to rise as one.